Se bafethu re kgutlile re tlo shapa video e nngwe ya grade 9 and grade 10 chemical reactions. So this video basically applies for all grades. So le batla fela re shape ka ho jana. So what are chemical reactions? Chemical reactions will say is when reactants react chemically together to form new products. So chemical reaction ke ha the reactant react chemically together to form new products. And not now the reactant ke in the product ke in. The reactant re substances that are present at the beginning of the reaction. And then products will say ke substances that are formed in a reaction. So reactants will say ke substances that are present at the beginning of the reaction. Se chunga reaction ya rona e kala o ba le tsona. And then after reaction o ba le di product e se chu. And what are the examples we can have for that? The first example I can have is this one of hot water plus maize meal flour. So what is along ha ke kopanya hot water le phoofo. So I kopanya hot water and phoofo, I will get a pulp there. So I should notice my hot water and my phoofo were there before the reaction, at the beginning of the reaction. I mean at the beginning of the reaction. And that's fast and sharp of it. So here it was there at the beginning of the reaction, hence we will say kidney reactant is true. Hot water and phoofo. Now those things they reacted together and they gave us what? They gave us a pulp there. So I'll say my pulp is a product and hot water and phoofo should be my reactants. Now let's go and check the other example there. So in this example I can have something like this: hot water with a tea bag. So if given the hot water and a tea bag, what would be the product there? I should know right kopanya hot water and a tea bag, the product is going to be a tea there. So hot water plus tea, I will get a tea bag. And we are hot water plus tea bag will give me a tea there. So I should notice hot water and tea bag, they should be my reactants, because ke tsona tse tlo reacta, and then ha ke qeta reacta di tla mfa a product and a product of tea there. So this would be my second example. Now let's go and try the last example. So yeah, in this example I'll share batho haholo ke tla ba le mom and dad. Ntho mamela mama le papa ha e qala fela e re bosiu o tlo etsalang ka dikobong ka da se tjho mama le papa ba tlo tima le bona, ba qeta ho tima le bone da ba shapa action wa bona. That action ba tlo e shapa da ke yona reaction ya rona wa ntshwara. So that reaction e tla etsahale qetellong da e tla be lo lady la hao da, and o lady la hao le tla be le tshwere mang? Le tla be le tshwere wena ka hara mpa wa ntshwara. So se tjho ntho e batlang ho e shoko re the reactants tlo ba mama le papa bosiu ba etsa action, and then product tlo ba mang? E tlo ba wena swara wa bo. So na bo dintho tse tsa bo re ba go wena ba entse ka mistake, a ke frostana ona motho ba mo entseng ka mistake. Phela mama le papa ha ba qala fela e re ke bosiu ba shapa action, and action da e tlo gaya mang? E tlo gaya wena. Ba tlo lo jwetsa hore ba o kapile ka bo sefofane le bo di eng tse re sa di tsebeng da ba o kapa ka sefofane ngwanaka o na le ntho ba entseng bosiu da ene a re thole se ka bua taba tsa batho ba baholo. Let's quickly shy away from that and re tswele pele. So as we move on there, ke tla ya ho the part of ways to represent my chemical reactions. So how can I represent my chemical reactions? I actually have two ways to represent the chemical reaction. So what are those two ways? The first way would be a word equation. So I can have a word equation for a chemical reaction. For example, I can say hydrogen gas reacts with oxygen gas to form H2O. So you can see over there I wrote that in terms of words. And the other one can be a chemical equation. That's when I will say H2 plus O2 gives me H2O. So in that way it will be a chemical equation. So word equation ke mo re tlo bua ka mantswe. Chemical equation, that's where we will write using symbols. Now let's have a look at the examples tsa ntho tse two fela. Let's now represent our chemical reactions in terms of word and chemical equation. Now ke tlo ngola word a qeta go ngole chemical ya that word equation again. So let's try it. My first one is carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. What is the chemical equation for that? It will be C plus O2 giving you CO2. C plus O2 giving you CO2. Let's try another one. Another one is a word equation here. Hydrogen reacting with oxygen to give us water. So hydrogen reacts with oxygen to give us water. So what is the chemical equation for that? It will be H2 plus O2 giving you H2O. So that is the word equation for that. The other one, it's a word equation of magnesium reacting with sulfur. So magnesium reacts with sulfur to form magnesium sulfate. So what is the chemical equation? It will be Mg plus S2 giving you MgS. So that is the word reaction for that. I'm hoping it's fine for word equation and chemical equation. So what's key there is for us to know ukuthi for a word reaction there is no need for us to know how to balance. And then the other thing I should know is that for a chemical equation I would be required to balance. If you can check, I should know how to balance this, I should know how to balance this, I should know how to balance this. Balancing simply means what's on the left hand side to be the same on the right hand side. It means as we balance we are gonna make reactants to be the same as products. Now let's go over it. Balance already in the Nane group was so trouble. Never understand the job. So I check what I'm saying. Ko mo ke nane carbon A1, ka mo ke nane carbon A1. So it's balanced for carbon. I have two oxygens, it's balanced for oxygen. Now I'll move to the other one. I have two hydrogens, and then I have two hydrogens, it means it's balanced. Oxygens D2 kamo di oxygen E1. So if you can check kamo D2 kamo E1, it means this I should balance it because high balanced. I'll show you the last one it over Mg E1, it is balanced. S D2 SE1, so I should be able to balance those because they had balanced. I'm hoping we are fine. Now let's go and try to balance chemical equations. Now before I start balancing, I would like us to check at this. In chemical reactions and chemical equations. So what you should know about chemical equations is that in chemical equations, no atoms are created or destroyed. So a chemical equation, how no creator, how no destroyer, the atoms about feelings or another. What is meant there? It is meant that the number and the type of atoms on the left hand side of the equation must be the same as the number or the type of atoms on the right hand side of the equation. So in a chemical equation, I'm not required to create or I'm not required to destroy the atoms they gave me. Section the atoms tse ka lefting di tla dula di le jwalo, tse ka righting di tla dula di le jwalo. The number tla dula le jwalo and the type would remain like that. What I mean is that let's consider this, and if you can share this example re qetang we etsa. So what is meant there or what is needed from me is to identify our atoms on the left and the atoms on the right. First one ke carbon and oxygen, C2 on the left. Ka writing ke carbon and oxygen, C2. And we agreed that this one is balanced. Now the second one ke hydrogen, C2, oxygen, C2. Ka writing ke hydrogen, C2, oxygen, A1. And we said A high balanced because of oxygen and oxygen. Now as I balance that, I am not gonna write a 2 like that, because the moment I write a 2, it means I am creating or I am destroying the atoms they gave me, and it will be wrong like that. So it means as I balance there, I should try another way there. Now let's move to the other one here, Mg plus S2, refang MgS. Renane MgA1, renane SA2, renane MgA1, renane SA1. So it means that is not balanced because of SA. This SD2 kamo E1. So I'm required to make the SA this one. So as I make them to be the same, I'm not gonna place a 2 like that, because the moment I place a 2 like that, I am creating or I am destroying the atoms they gave me. The number and the type should be the same. Like this. In that way, or understanding that first part, you can now balance the equations they gave you, because balancing the equations it's about requires you to know that atoms are not created or are not destroyed. if you so feel free to rewind, fast forward, and like mo re exceed one so ka randa 18 ngwanaka. Yeah, so let's look at the steps of how to balance, because if o ka latela those steps o tlo kgona ho thola di marks in terms of balancing. So how can we balance? First things first, I will do as I balance it over hore. I will identify the atoms which are balanced and the atoms which are not balanced. So ntho ya pele ke hore ke tlo thola di atoms tse balanced, a qeta ke identify the atoms tse seng balanced. After that, I will do what? I will write down the lowest common multiple of the atoms which are not balanced. So tse seng balanced, I will write down what? I will write down the lowest common factor of those. After that, I will make not balanced numbers to be LCM, and as I make the not balanced numbers to be the LCM, it will by multiplying with LCM over number on the same side. And then after following those 3 steps, I will do what? I will recheck to ensure the equation is fully balanced. Now I will guide you on how to balance using those 4 steps there. Zamo balance fede for the example e preveyada, and re tla latela di step tse fede to show you how to balance using them. So example 1 itlaba A plus B, they give me A to B. Now I'm required to balance that. So remember what we said. We said you will identify the atoms which are balanced and not balanced. So re re the A ka left in D1, the A ka right in D2, and then the B ka left in D1, the B ka right in DY. So if we ka checker the balanced one, it over B, one into 1 1, and then the unbalanced one, it over A, one into 1 le 2. So with the one which is not balanced. Number 2, write down the lowest common factor of the one which is not balanced. So A is imbalanced, A 1 and 2. So I would want to know the LCM of that. So the factors are 1, it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it jwalo. And then the factors are 2, it over 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then jwalo. Now what is the lowest common multiple between a 1 and a 2? The lowest one I see there is a 2. So it means I actually have LCM. Now I can balance that for step number 3. Not balanced numbers must be made to be the LCM by multiplying with LCM over number on the same side. It means this number 3 is a LCM, and my LCM I got was a 2. A had to LCM because already the LCM. Now how can I make this to be an LCM? I'll multiply with this thing, LCM over number on the same side. So we multiply by 2 over number on the same side to give your number A. So I'll say over that number, which is equals to 2. And then ever since you can say this to be an LCM, I will then say I will take this thing e ke multiplyileng ka yona ke tlo e beha in front of A. So as I take this in front of A, ke tlo ba le 2A, hobane 2 over 1 will give me 2. Notice or 2 ye, I see 2 ye, but it is actually what? It is actually this thing. I multiply by 2 over 1. And that would be the balancing of this. Remember, we are not required to create or to destroy. So I never get on all 2 fatshe mo. I get we ke rebalanced before subflow. Now I'll show you example e nngwe fede re bona hore na. Now let's consider this example. Even though example ya pele nexa it's a recheck to ensure it is fully balanced. And for that one it is fully balanced. And now Arzame A fede for all 4 steps. I will identify atoms which are balanced or not balanced. Sechong re ka etsa ka lefting ke nane A tse 1, ka righting ke nane A tse 2, ka lefting ke nane B tse 1, ka righting ke nane B tse 3. From there ke tlo reng ke tlo sheba tse balanced and not balanced. I'm aware ukuthi A is not balanced and B is not balanced. When A ke 1, ke 2, and then for a B it's a 1 and it's a 3. So it's not balanced. So let's write down the lowest common multiple for the ones which are not balanced. And then let's qala A. So lowest common multiple of A. Itla 1 and 2. So factors multiples of 1 itla 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Multiples of 2 itla 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now what is the lowest common multiple? Lowest common multiple there is gonna be a 2. So if my lowest common multiple is a 2, ke tla ngola da ho LCM over. Now number 3 is make the balanced numbers to be LCM by multiplying with LCM over number on the same side. It means this one I'm gonna make it to be an LCM. Mara e creates a LCM because already is in the LCM. So how can I make this to be an LCM? I'm gonna multiply with a 2 over the number on the same side. Number on the same side is number 8. So to multiply I got 2 over 1, and that would give me a 2. And then immediately after that, now that is a LCM this thing, I will take this thing I can multiply in front of A. So as I place a 2 over 1 in front of A, probably 2A. And remember 2 over 1 is a 2. Now please be careful, I did not take this 2 no. That 2 is a 2 over multiplied by 2 over 1. So please take note of that. Now that you know balance A, I will quickly go and balance a B. Now let's go and balance B. And as I consider B section, B can 1 and 3. Now I will find the lowest common multiple between that. So lowest common multiple of B is over 1 and 3. So factors of 1 or multiples of 1 in fact is over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Multiples of 3 would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Now what is the lowest common multiple between 1 and 3? I can see there it's a 3. Now that 3, I'm gonna take it up there for LCM over number on same side. Now number 3, make not balanced numbers to be the LCM by multiplying with LCM over number on the same side. So ke tla ya ho beta, fihla ho b ke b yaka. I'm gonna multiply with LCM over number on the same side. So it will multiply by 3 over the number on the same side is this. It's a 1. So I'm actually gonna multiply with a 3 over 1. And I will get answer LCM which is 3. Now that signal LCM is fine, I'm gonna take this part. So what is 3 over 1? 3 over 1 will give you a 3. So it means it will multiply a 3 in front there. So it's a 3 there. And what's key is for you to know that you are not gonna create or destroy the atoms. So how to be a 2 more, how to be a 3 more. Yes, it is balanced. For subflow balance, you are creating or you are destroying. As we don't create or we don't destroy. So this is how we balance. And please take note, we mark between number 12. So as I check, the AB2, I'm on the AB2 is fine, the BB3, BB3, so it means that thing is balanced. Now I can move to another one. And now let's balance this one. A2 plus B gives me AB2. So balancing this one, I will identify balanced and not balanced. So the AB2 ka lefting, ka righting the AD1, ka lefting the BD1, ka righting the BD2. So from there I can see A and B, they are not balanced. So I will consider A, so lowest common multiple of A, 1 and 2. So factors, multiples of 1, it will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then multiples of 2, it will 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now what is the lowest multiple of A? Lowest common multiple of A there is gonna be a 2. Now I'll go to number 3, give a 2 over, and now I'm required to make the unbalanced to be LCM. So how can I make it to be an LCM there? Create or LCM by multiplying with LCM over number on the same side. So if you can check this already ki LCM, this is LCM. So create a LCM ka multiply ka 2 over number on the same side 1, which is equals to 2. Now that I want this to be an LCM, I will take this thing and multiply in front of AB2. Notice I gave a capella A fair, like a bear in front of this thing because for example, if I was balancing B, I wasn't gonna place anything in between here. So hence I'm saying I'm gonna place this in front of AB2, not in between, not casting in front of, because into 1 like that. So multiplying with a 2 over 1, I'll multiply with a 2. When 2 over 1 is 2. And after that, I would be aware of my B. If I recheck, di-A tsa ka di kae, di-A di-2 ka mo di-A di-2 is fine, di-B di-1 ka mo, empa ka mo di-B ha di sa le 2 se di tlo ba i-4 hobane if o ka checka re multiplier this 2 ka 2A. So it means on the right hand side I am no longer having 2, but I am now having a 4 there. So I would be required to actually balance B. My balancer B is a balancer as a 4 there. So that was the tricky part about that. Now I shall B. So let's balance a B ever since it's a 4 John. So I can balance a LCM of B. So what is the LCM of B? It's 1 and 4. So for 1 it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 4 it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Now what is the LCM between 1 and 4? The LCM there is gonna be a 4. So if my LCM there is a 4, it means I am gonna go to number 3. Here the not balanced numbers to be LCM by multiplying with LCM over number on the same side. If in Kasheba 1 I say LCM, 3 it's a LCM, 4 ke LCM, I exclude it. Now as I focus here, I'm gonna have multiply by 4 over number on the same side, it will be 1. So over 1, and then as I calculate it towards I will get a 4. So now that B is a LCM, I can easily go and take this thing, I can multiply it in front of B. So I can multiply like 4 over 1. So 4 over 1 is 4. So so 4 like that. That 4 is our B is balanced. Now I share the A D2, the A D2, the B D4, the B D4. So it means it is balanced over there. Now let's go and check another example. I'll show you this example here. A2 alpha. Yes, Pablo, switch on dog. A2 plus B2 in the AB2. So for this one, I would have to identify balanced, not balanced. And the AD2, the AD1, the BD2, the BD2. So as I'm aware, B is balanced and A is not balanced. So I will want to find the LCM of A. So LCM of A there, Janka 1 and 2. So multiples of 1, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Multiples of 2 is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So what is the lowest common multiple there? It will be a 2. So if 2 is my lowest common multiple, I will then have to take it to number 3. Number 3 area, I'm gonna make not balanced numbers to be balanced by multiplying with LCM over number on the same side. So I would do that. So doing that, this thing, a 1 multiplied with this to make it to be LCM. 1 has 2 ki 2, so you get 12. So it's a 1 with LCM. I'm gonna multiply with LCM over number on same side to multiply that 2 over number on the same side is 1. So multiply ka 1 ke tla thola 2 And then now that it's a LCM, I will take this thing ke multiply leng ka yona ke tlo e beya in front of this thing AB2. Notice re beya in front of AB2, how to beya in between, how to beya ka side thing. This thing is as a system like this. Even if I was balancing a B, whatever next we bear in front of B, mara we bear in front of A, B2. When the moment we bear between, you are creating or destroying, and allow that idea. So I'll take this and multiply with it in front there. So 2 over 1 is 2. And I get 2 school. So ever since Kibile 2 Joalo, it's fine. I will then check. As I recheck, I'm aware the AD2, the AD2, the BD2, impa the B hadisali 2 sedili guys sedili 4 come on. So ever since delete 4, I'm gonna change this and make it to be a 4 like that. Now that it's a 4, Klama getting a balance and that 4. So balance B kaushaya, balance B ya hona da itloba lowest common multiple of B. Lowest common multiple of B kitlonka 2 can get 4. So factors of 2 itloba 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Factors of 4 itloba 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So now what is the LCM between 2 and 4? LCM itloba 4. Now say step 3 itloba 4 over number on same side. So ke batla etsa eng, ke batla etsa dividing e be 4, a essentially 4 diagram. So if I make this to be my LCM 4, it will multiply 4 over number on the same side ke 2. So go 4 over 2 and 2 itanga ya 4 secho. Now that's it to 4 KLCM, that's when I will take this 4 over 2 to multiply in front of B2. So as I multiply in front of B2 with a 4 over 2, globally 2, 1 4 over 2 to 2. So bolela mo ke multiply ka 2. Hopola tse ko jwetsa how to multiply ka number e batho o multiply ka efe ka e multiply ka yona ka LCM over number on same side. So dividing you it over uthenanana and I get say hore ka kgona ka bolela ka balance after so many examples tse re di entseng if o se hloleha ai ka binsa se tshwana le mathata a college.